I've been thinking for a while on how I want to start this video, and I've decided I don't have anything to say. This isn't my first video on this YouTube channel, but what I'm deciding to do now is so wildly different from what I've done before. I was thinking about deleting the previous 3 videos because I don't think there's much worthwhile in them. I have gotten some words of praise from someone close to me about them, but I think they just might be buttering me up. So I guess we will be playing Yume, Nikki, which is one of those games you always hear about, and it's one of those greats, those classic RPG Maker games, up there with Off and One Shot. It's an amazing ability to be able to forget everything you care about when you're trying to explain it to somebody else, but oops. Anyways, despite being big into the genre and playing minigames like Yume Nikki, I have never actually experienced the original game itself. And just as a warning, there probably this isn't going to be a high-energy video with funny editing and hype moments and aura and all that. This will probably more or less be a journal entry in the form of a video while also playing a game, being Yume Nikki. Let's go ahead. Okay. I have the general idea of what Yume Nikki is like, but I don't know any specifics about the game. Like, if there's any real progression, if the items you collect are just for cosmetic purposes, or if they actually serve any use. Or what my goal is, if I have one. But I would like to see everything that this game has to offer. It said to go to the bed to start the game, but there's some things to mess around with out here. Nothing to interact with, though. The background of the sky looks very pretty. I like that aesthetic. And the pixel art is good too. I mean, I just got into the game, so I haven't seen it very much, but I see. Now would be a good time to mention there's probably a flashing lights warning for this game. And it is currently 2 a.m. I worked today, so I am tired and I'm going to be easy to scare because my lights are off. strange hand layout. Can I use Z to... yeah, okay. Okay, you have to jump to collect the things. I'm going to try and get a decently high score. I don't know. Okay then. I guess the hitbox is a little stingy. Does jumping while moving work? I see. That was debatable at best. Okay, so it's precise. You want to catch it and get... You want to catch it with your torso. That things like me clicking my keyboard and mouse don't come across on the recording. This is a bad headset that I'm using. I got a fancier microphone just because it was something that a friend had replaced. It isn't broken or anything, they just got a better mic. I don't think it's particularly good either, actually. And another issue I have is this is a pre-built PC I'm using. It's fairly high-end, but the headphone and microphone jack are kind of messed up in the sense that if I have any loud audio coming out of my computer into my headphones, I mean, it will also play across into my microphone. So for instance, if I'm in a Discord call and I have the volume up too high, people can hear themselves talking, and they can hear things like my Discord pings or the games I'm playing. It's very frustrating. I'm not sure how I would go about fixing something like that. I was thinking about using a USB headset, but I'm not sure how the quality on those are. Related to computers, I want to try and download Mint Linux, or Linux Mint, for a few reasons. Because I would like to have more control over my... more control over my computer. And also, I don't know, it's just kind of cool, isn't it? I'd like to have more control over my computer, and there's a lot of ways to make things that don't usually work on Linux, from what I've seen. I'm not sure if it's problems with my computer, because... sorry. The process seems fairly straightforward to install it. But things keep messing up, I'm not sure why. I have a very strange issue right now, and as of this recording, the official Linux Mint support... that was iffy. The Linux Mint support website is not responding. Like, it's down, I can't get to it, whatever. So, I can't exactly see how to try and fix it, but I don't have high hopes for it either. Because before the installation, which was completed after, like, 19 hours of downloading. Nice. 19 hours of downloading. Did finish. But before that, I said to uninstall Windows. So that seemed impossible to get. To uninstall Windows well, I'm recording this on Windows. It's still all completely intact here. And something strange, I can't run Linux without the USB drive I used to install it. Which I'm hoping isn't indicative of a... I just think it's something with my computer. It's fairly high-end, it's got a good graphics card, it's a 3080, I think. I don't know if that's high-end anymore, but it gets most of the job done for what I play, which isn't very high quality, I guess, graphically games. That's not even, like, the correct way to say it. I think pixel art is an amazing medium for many reasons. I'm going to try to get to 1,000. What was I saying? I'll come back to it. I haven't even played the game. I'm like, what, 11 minutes into this recording. Turn that off because it's freaking me out. I disabled my movement for a second, which was also scary. Let's try out the desk. Okay, cool. Alright, let's get started. I'm back out of the bubble. It's a much more inviting sky texture this time. The same room. There's no game system. Ooh. That's worse. One of my cats is trying to break into my room, and it was very frightening to hear the scratches and stuff. I'm bad with horror games. Can I save the game while I'm in here? Oh? I'll keep that in mind. How about going to bed again? This isn't doing anything for me. Do I access it through here? Here we are. That's interesting art for the background. And you have the classic circle of doors. I will start going counterclockwise. Cool. A foresty area. I assume these guys are just in the background. Okay. How about you? Is this a puzzle, maybe? I have a guy. Can I combine you with this other guy? Or places, okay. Do these do anything? Big walls of trees. He's not seeming to time out. Another of the same guy? No. All that does is, I don't know, reset itself? Visually, at least. How large are these worlds? Oh, it's looping. Okay. I understand. Let's try up here. Anything on this axis? Oh, this is interesting looking. Won't this just lead me back to... Yes, it will. Oh, hey. No. It is a different guy of the same sprite, but still nothing happens. Oh? Isn't this just where I came from? Yes. Let's go back. Evil, green, slime mouth looking guy. Another guy with the same sprite. Surely I have to be able to do something with this. Maybe I'll interact with these three guys who share the same sprite. You have to interact with them from this side or nothing happens. Alright, are there only three of you? Maybe this will do something? No. I already read this when opening the game. I have both of them overlapping now. What's this? Seems like a gateway? I would be right. This is an ominous looking place. Oh, oh, the thing's chasing me. How do I... Well, it's not moving in a very optimal pattern, so... Come up this way. Scammer gets scammed. Am I looking for something here? This world has set edges, so I shouldn't have to worry about the looping. I can beat it. Okay, another doorway. This is the same one. Do I come through the top if I go down instead? I see. There's different walking noises for walking over the carpet things. I'm sure that there's something I can be doing here. Probably not, actually. Also, that thing that was chasing me seems to... Oh, there it is. This is a problem. A thing! Oh, juked. Ow, my eyes. Hello, incredibly red world. Well, I guess I said I would use these as a kind of journal. Ugh. And I need something to fill the dead air, so... just turned 19, and I have just started working at a new job. I have recently moved back in with my parents, after moving out when I was 17, I believe. Shortly after graduating high school. And I was staying at a friend's house. They weren't my friend at the time. For 2 years. Did I go in a big circle? Anyways, I'll start with what's on my mind right now, being the job. It's a gas station, but I'm retracing my steps. It's a gas station, but I don't work the register at all. I live in a small town, and the gas station also has a pizza kitchen. This isn't my first job, it's my second. I had my first job not too long before I moved, I think. I was only there for a short amount of time because the working conditions really sucked. It was another pizza place, small town pizza place, which has since closed. Isn't surprising because that place kind of sucked. They did give you free fountain drinks if you were working though. Anyways, I've already worked at a pizza place, so they have me in the kitchen where I make pizzas and subs and stuff. And it's a pretty good job, I think. It's pretty easy. It is a part-time job. I work more hours than I would have thought, though, which is fine. I don't mind the hours too much. I do mind my working schedule. I don't have a set schedule, it's very inconsistent, and very random, it feels like. I work a lot of days, and on some days I don't have very many hours. I worked 4 hours today and 5 hours yesterday. Which is frustrating because more days, less hours gives me alone time, like free time, but if I wanted to go hang out with somebody else and like spend a couple nights at their house, it is impossible to do so. I guess that's a specific thing to be annoyed at, though, because there's more of them in here, because this person lives an hour plus away, so it's a big commitment, and it would be really annoying for them to come and get me. I can sleep over there and then have like 2 hours to hang out before they have to drive me back. I work my shift, they come get me again, etc. Not really worth doing. The pay is okay. It's $13 an hour, which is more than a good few people I know, but it's way, way less than the one person I would like to hold a candle to, who makes $26.33 an hour, which is shocking. Considering it's a job they got out of high school with no connections in the industry. Anyways, $26.33 is a lot of money to make an hour. And being around that person for 2 years had me, I suppose, disillusioned with the amount of things I would be able to do with my money. Right now, I'm sitting on my 2 checks that I've got so far. I get paid weekly, and I've only worked there for 2 weeks. I'm sitting on these checks, and I can't cash them because I don't have access to the bank account my father set up for me a long time ago, and I haven't yet had the opportunity to file my own account, which I would like to do, maybe under a different bank. I was going to try and file with Chase Bank when I had the time. That's a different shape, but they are open very inconvenient hours and only on specific days, so I was unable to. And so I'm sitting on some $750. I can't access it, which is annoying. How do I get through here? This is a very odd maze, and I'm losing the plot very fast. Do I have to go down to go up? Yes. Actually, I think it was... There it is. Forget what I was saying. This is scary. Hey guy, what's this do? Tainted Apollyon blood sneeze button. Doesn't seem to do anything else though. Hey guy, is there a button for you too? Another one. It seems like that leads to another area, so I'll go up and see if there's anything that way. Anyways, problems with the banking, and I can't cash my checks. It's whatever. I do not make enough money, basically. I make more than some people I know, like I said, but to live comfortably, it's not a lot. I can't drive yet, nor do I have a car, so I'll have to pay more when I have to pay for gas. I've been assigned the responsibility of paying for the internet, which is about a third of my paycheck. This is an interesting place. Hey guy. Nothing. I've been assigned the responsibility of paying for the internet bill, which is about a third of my check. Only once every month, so that isn't bad. I get paid weekly. But I want to have savings. I want to put a chunk of my money, ideally around 30%, although maybe I should be aiming for a little higher, a little lower. 30% seems like a good amount. In addition to this, I would like to start saving up for a car, although in the state I live, and I live in the United States, in my age bracket, you have to pay for driver's lessons, like a class, before you can get your driver's license, which is strange. I think if I show the skills and aptitude to be able to get my license, that I should just be able to have it, but that's not really my say right now. I'll have to pay for both of those things, so I'd like to start saving money for that too. I have to feed myself, which is fine. Is this a gateway? No. And days, which, as much as I would like to be ashamed with it, you can't really live on your own these days. Especially not on 13 an hour. Which again is still higher than some people I know. I think I'm probably just out of luck until either I become romantically interested in somebody whom I live near and can move in with them. I win the lottery, which isn't likely because I try not to gamble as I have a very addictive nature. Luck my way into a crazy job, like my friend who makes $26.33 an hour. And yeah, I wish that it was easier for me to secure my own future. Oh, that's interesting. It's interconnected like a spider's web. Allow me to check the time. I have a couple more hours until... Oops. I have a couple more hours until I absolutely need to be asleep in order to make it to work tomorrow. I guess I'll keep recording. I'm not doing anything else and it's somewhat cathartic. Ooh, I really like this place. It's somewhat confusing to navigate, though. Another worry I have is the worry of talking too loudly, although I doubt anybody else can hear me in this house with fairly thin walls. I will just put it on screen. And this isn't supposed to be like a political thing. I'm not here to say what's right or wrong. No, I kind of am. People should be able to live regardless of what they've endured or how they feel. I used to be a fairly awful person. I was raised on the internet, basically. I spent a large majority of my developmental years with unlimited internet access. Ooh, cool. And the internet has a way of making the uninformed, especially hateful, disagreeable people, I feel. And I used to care so much about other people, and it made me such an awful person. And it made me resent myself too, because these traits in other people that I was seeing the people around me hate on were some traits that this is a very nice area I've stumbled into. The traits I've seen other people around me hate on were some traits that I was struggling to cope with in my own life. And that self-hatred inside me built up and manifested itself as hatred for others. I would like to say I'm a fairly non-judgmental person. myself to heal, and I've stopped being influenced so much by these random people. Although the scars are still there. And, of course, I do still have my biases. I am human. Except for themselves. And there's nothing you should say about it. Well, there are actually some exceptions to that rule, I guess. Like what you could define as hurting somebody. If it's something generally seen as cringy or disturbing, if shouldn't be allowed to do certain things like that in public. Hello, guy. Oh, don't do that. Aw, man. Stop pouring your blood out. Ooh, comfy. I like this place. I wish he would stop pouring his blood out. But like I was saying, you can make the argument that to hurt somebody is to disturb them, make them uncomfortable, make them cringe. There are some things I would agree with, but it's very subjective. It's a very difficult line to draw, and it's very easy to use as an engine to discriminate against others and hate them for it. People say that something like that is unnatural and it makes them uncomfortable to witness, and you could try to argue that that would be harming others around you as it disgusts them and it makes them uncomfortable. And this is something that I thought for a while as well. Can I talk to you? Oh, yes. Change menu type. Oh, cool. Oh, it's different. Can I go back? Oh, that's cool. I'll keep this one for now, I guess. Also, why aren't you hostile? I mean, I guess I never let them catch me. They might not actually be hostile. But as I was saying, people should be able to live as they please. Oh. Brandish a flute. I have a flute now. Cool. I don't think I can play it. I don't believe I can play it. But I have it. It's something to collect. People should be able to live as they please, because leaving out religious influences, which I'm not saying are invalid takes, I have my own opinions about religion. Not negative. Some is about usually queer people being categorized as politics, or when things like trans rights are brought up, people sometimes get upset because it's a political topic, which frustrates me to no end. You shouldn't have to argue like that. It shouldn't be a political topic to have rights. It shouldn't be a political hot topic or hot button topic that you are a human, and that the way in which you live your life shouldn't have to conform to what groups of hateful people think about you. It shouldn't be a political debate. There should be no politics to be had, and it's very upsetting to me that people who fall into those categories are even having their groups publicly talked about and ostracized like this. It's a tragedy that it's become so normalized to dehumanize these people to such a point that it's not even a humanitarian issue, it's a political issue. That not all humans deserve the same treatment. That some groups are just different. Anyways, I think I've mostly explored this place enough. I don't even really remember how I got here, actually. I was very swept up in thought. To probably say a whole lot of nothing. I have very strong feelings on a lot of things, and so I'll probably have to try and watch my tongue about some of the things I'm allowed to talk about, because I'm not too sure about the guidelines and all that. But if YouTube, or any people, for that matter, get upset at this video, or report this video, or whatever, because I'm talking about politics, it will do nothing but serve my point, and it will make me very annoyed. This is interesting. What's this thing? A cell of some kind, it looks like. I like art. I like art in its most abstract definitions. I would say that the game I've been experiencing, these aren't even walls. The game I've been playing and experiencing thus far is absolutely art. I would say all games are art. I would say every YouTube video, anything created by human hands is art. Every single thing that humans can make has artistic value. If you are a bike. Oh, please. Oh, I'm fast. Oh, this is amazing. Holy. Where was I? Right. I think everything created by humans is art. Every piece of food made by some McDonald's worker, every burger is a piece of art. Anybody who takes part in any craft, anything made, is an artisan, I would say. I've collected 2 items. I'm not sure how many there are total. And it's also interesting that there's this menu with health and other numbers. I'm not sure what they are for. That might just be because it's an RPG maker. That might be a required feature to have. I don't think there's any battle system or any kind of fights like that. And it is locked at 1 out of 1 anyways. I would say I'm enjoying this so far. I'm sure there was more to see in this world. Maybe I'll go down a bit more. I thought I would be more scared by the abstract nature and unnerving imagery in this game. And I'm not really. I suppose that may be because I've been filling my idle time with... Oh? Did it just look at me? I've been filling my idle time with deep thought and banter. Is this another thing? Hat and scarf. Oh, she's so cute. Anyways, there was somewhere I was trying to get in my ranting, I suppose, before all of that. Right. Going back to what I had put on screen earlier. It's very worrying for me. A lot of my life I have lived in doubt about myself and judgment about myself because of this. Especially because I didn't have any means to, I guess, fit the image that was planted in my head any better about myself, or who I wanted to be, or what I wanted to be, because I was a minor, right? I didn't have any money either, and now, I guess those things have changed. But I'm still worried about doing something about it. Because I live with my parents, and I work in a small town. It's really funny, in the first 2 days of working at my job, I had heard 2 different slurs from 2 different coworkers. And it's crazy how out there they are. They don't try and even hide it. It's just how they think, I guess. This is the same sky texture as the real-world balcony. And I'm worried about doing something about it. Because it could lead to consequences. It could lead to me being unsafe. It could lead to me losing my job. It could lead to me losing a place to sleep. I can turn this on. And because of what I said earlier, how it's nigh impossible to live on your own anymore, it has me worried about when it'll finally be time for me. You know what I mean? When I'll be able to focus on myself without worry of how I'll be perceived by other people whom have the means to make my life worse, should they deem it fit. And it gets to a certain point where I feel like if I wait too long, the window of opportunity will have passed. And I will be stuck like this forever, either due to physicality or due to a mental state that will stick with me until I die. And I would like to get into fashion. I would like to make my own clothes. I would like to dress extravagantly in public on my day-to-day. And I'm not worried about small ridicule or judgmental glares from people I see out in public, but when it's my livelihood at stake. This vending machine makes a funny noise. It's different. I feel like for the large majority of my life, I've been around not incredibly accepting people. And they've always been kind enough as people to me, but ways I've seen them act or things I've heard them say, sometimes to me, about others, or about groups of people, about concepts, have me worried about how my future would be secured if I were to focus on myself. I'm not really a fighting type, you know? I'll get into that later, though, as it's something I would like to discuss in private, rather than how I'm doing it right now. I think that's all this world has to offer. It's a difficult thing to navigate. Another thing that worries me is the friends I've made and kept over the years. my friends are generally kind people and accepting with a few exceptions, but I feel so distant with my friends. And with the exception of either one or two, depending on how you'd categorize it, they are all online friends whom I've never seen in person. And it feels lonely. A large majority of my developmental years were spent, I can't get that, alone. I would usually hole myself up in my room, on my phone or computer, and I never really went out beyond just going to school, and sometimes not even that, because I have missed 3 years of school entirely. I was homeschooled for one of them, which was with ECOT, if you remember that. It was a very large online schooling company. I know they've shut down. I don't remember what for. I think it was for fraud of some kind. But I didn't do a single thing. I would sit there on my laptop, an amazing fan game for the Bloons Tower Defense series. It came out before Bloons Tower Defense 6, and it was very feature-rich. But I didn't do a single thing schooling-wise. And it was online school, so like, I wouldn't have really made friends doing it anyways. Unfortunately for me, my parents decided that, obviously, online schooling wasn't really working for me. I've never been held back despite not doing anything for 3 years. I'm not sure how, but my parents decided that online schooling wasn't working for me because it wasn't doing anything, and it wasn't an environment that I strived in. Which, yeah, it really wasn't. That they would put me back into normal school. But that was a year before COVID hit, and so I was doing online schooling, in quotations, not really online schooling because I didn't do anything. I didn't enforce any rules. I would pass on to the next grade no matter what I did. So for 3 whole years, I was completely out of school. And I think I'm a well-versed enough person. I know how to do math. I have a decent vocabulary. I know enough about biology. Not as much as I would like to know about some other sciences, but it was a very isolating experience. Especially for a kid who wasn't even out of middle school. And I've never really had real-life friends, aside from one person whom I hung out with at the end of elementary school and the beginning of middle school, who was cool. I have a very faulty memory, so it's frustrating, but I can't remember much. They were in the Boy Scouts with me, actually. And We would hang out, we would walk around town, we would go to their house and play games, have sleepovers and stuff. They were a very interesting person. They weren't a bad kid, but I fear his parents sent him down the wrong path. One of the last times I saw him, and keep in mind this was at the end of elementary and the beginning of middle school, he he really wanted me to take LSD with him. And he was talking about how it was a very divine experience, how it was very, ephemeral, and it felt like you were seeing the real world for the first time. And that especially made me very upset because, dude, you're so young. It was obviously something to do with his parents. And I feel bad for him. After that, I was incredibly uncomfortable with being around somebody who tried to peddle me drugs. And so I kind of softly cut him off. I stopped hanging out with him, and I ghosted him. We went to different middle schools. And I remember in high school, one day, I was walking out. It was a huge high school, right? And I was only there for like the smaller part of the year. I remember I saw him. We locked eyes. I guess he went to that school. I didn't even know. And he called out to me by my name. And I didn't confront him. I was wearing the hood, so I just looked down and I kept walking. He didn't chase after me or anything. And I guess that was the last I've seen of him. That was, man, at least 6 years ago. That was the last real friend, I guess, if you wanted to speak about it that way, that I had. I've known other people that I'm chummy with, IRL, but it's not like we really hang out or anything. I spent 2 years of my life with one. It's a complicated subject. Well, I guess that'll probably do it for this video. I don't expect anybody to watch these, really. It's more of just a journal for me. But if there is anybody out there, hearing this, who has actually watched this video, this ridiculously long video, because it's just scatterthoughted rants, scatterbrained thoughts, scattered thoughts, whatever. Heck, I don't know. Message me. My Discord's in the channel via, and you can talk to me about anything. If you need somebody to be there for you, I would happily try to. And it gets better. It really does. Okay, well, bye now.